It's the last sequence in the Matrix trilogy, and we've had 5 rehearsals.
We're standing in what we call the Matrix building, which is looks a bit like a barn, so we call it the Sky Barn. It was based around the building Eon, where our offices were in Venice. Originally, it didn't have the extensions, which you can see up there, which are the illuminated side walls. We've added those so that it was easy to do a fight, because it's a fight set, like so many of them. So it's geared around a lot of wire work. As you can see behind me, there's a lot of breakaways. So we've tried to create an interesting sort of environment for Larry and Andy to work in.
This is going to be a 3-person compilation. We have Darko Tucson, our other Neo double, doing the high fall between the 2 walls. We've got Keanu Reeves doing the last dragon slide. And I'm just going to do this little piece coming through the breakaway wall, hitting the ground, and starting Keanu's slide.
We're going to drop someone off this truss through this breakaway wall here, and it's going to look really good. This is actually the floor. It's set sideways, so we fall straight through, so you get the really hard effect of it just like hammering through the walls. It's all actually on its side, and the camera's all going to be on its side as well. So it's about 25 feet, I think, to the floor all up. Yeah, through the 2 walls and to the pads down there.
I'm going out to my spot now. I'm set to go under the truss. Okay, I'm set.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1, action!
It's all right, eh?
Wait, behind the scenes here, sound technical.
So I worked this out on the computer last night, you know. I figured about 6 guys on the end of a rope with a piece of cable, and if we all match speeds, you may make it. The only notes from the brother, and you don't have to do this rehearsal, is the more sideways you can come through, the better.
Oh, come through? Okay.
3, 2, 1, go!
Happy to do another one?
Oh, yeah. No problem.
What's this? Warm-up, huh?
Okay. 3, 2, 1, go!
Good wire team.
Chad,
What am I kicking with?
the totem pole. You know,
Wow. Oh, Jesus.
and go, Tiger.
A little slower.
That's impossible. What's the stunt here, David?
It is a hand pull ratchet back through the breakaway window.
3, 2, 1, go!
There'll be hooking a line through the window that pulls me straight. The height was the major issue. You have really, really little control if you're on a wire. So forward or backward doesn't matter, it's the guys pulling.
What are the keys to your performance?
Don't push off too soon. React to the kick correctly. Keep the body position that the brothers want.
Camera is set.
I'm out of my mind. I'm out of my tree.
acting point of view, it was the most difficult part of the film for both of us, I think. We were fighting in the mud as well, so it was mud and rain. But by that stage, the fight had become more like flailing around, you know. So, and the rain was so heavy that it was hard to speak without starting to have bubbles and streams of water running out of your mouth. Keanu was lying on the ground with the rain hitting his eyes. You couldn't hear yourself speak, so finding the right tone in there was really difficult because I had no notion of what I sounded like, and that was bizarre and basically blew a whole day shooting because of that. I had a dreadful day in the crater. I've never had a day like that on a film set before.
That was bad. I mean, that was just, the ladies took very good care of me, wardrobe and hair and makeup. You know, they gave me the thermal stuff and they poured warm water around me. The worst part of it was the rain because of the position of my head. They made an adjustment in my head, and then I just closed my eyes and I just relaxed and let the water come.
About a year ago, we wandered around Sydney looking for streets that we felt could suit the Matrix. But as we were walking around, we were looking for somewhere where we could build the crater, an interesting intersection. And as it turned out, it was the same intersection that we saw at the end of the first movie. And we decided we'll use that as the background for the end of this scene.
Thinking about the wrestling pose that Smith can be standing in while you're down on the ground.
The crater that we've built is quite dramatic in that we've tried to make it look like a bomb blast.
Basically what we've done is taken a whole series of rock molds off actual rock, put them together, stitch them up, and then blow urethane foam into them, which then gets pulled out and applied to the wall. It all has to be soft so that the principal cast don't do themselves a nasty injury. As you can see around the top edge, there's a lot of kind of building rubble, which has come as they tear the buildings apart as they come down.
The challenge was getting a hell of a lot of water in and getting a hell of a lot of water out. We've got 6 rain heads up above and a lot of water getting dumped down the walls of the crater as well. Probably about 6,000 litres a minute or so on this set.
Joining the fun, the mud fun.
That's the right one.
Do you want me to mud up my own crotch,
I
darling?
would love you to. Look, I'll even give you the crotch. No, stop.
Sensitive I am.
It's just a clay-based product that we've mixed ourselves. We sort of picked a colour in conjunction with the art department, something that's safe and clean to use.
We're going to have a bit of a fight in it and have rain going.
Did you have to study mud?
It was learn on the job.
I'm an electrician, actually.
Makes beautiful patterns. I'd like to put some paper in.
You wait till the rain goes on.
Is it better then?
You wait. You just wait.
Down the spine.
Fighting for 5 solid months.
Let me in. Let me go. Come on. I'll get it this time. I'm ready. Come on. Come on, James. Send me in.
Right now we are shooting scenes related to the highest altitude. That's about 2,500 feet above the Matrix City.
After it became apparent that it was completely impractical to try and shoot zero G inside a plane with a film crew, We went into research and development as to how they could fight in mid-air, and it was decided that we'd basically end up putting the stunt performers and the cast performers at one point on a thing that we called the tuning fork rigs.
You know, we're just always in the harnesses, and after like 18 hours, it kind of hurts most of the time.
How hard is this thing to operate?
There's a lot of inertia in it. They're 30 foot away from me, so whatever rotation he has in there, he builds up a lot of inertia, and trying to control that is actually quite hard.
The way to make it look like they were fighting in mid-air was to cover the back of where they were in blue screen so the cityscape could be mapped in. So we ended up building essentially a huge perspex egg that we called it.
It doesn't look like an egg, but originally was sort of designed like a, an ellipse or a half sphere surrounding the characters. It is now, for practicality purposes, half a box.
We had a few scenes like this in Bound, you guys. Jennifer Tilly up there in the rig.
This set is like 4 times the budget of Bound.
Hey, stand by.
Good. Slide, guys. Let's take everybody back to number 1.
Yeah.
Okay, all the cues play out, but we're going, this is like quarter speed, guys, quarter speed.
I'm feeling fairly paranoid today. It's a good thing we're not in America because I have a gun. And, because there's no set here, it's just blue. I'm not sure about the blue shade that Mr. Pope picked.
Rather than light whole surfaces, sometimes you can just put a sheet of mylar, a mirror that reflects the screen adjacent to it, and you get a precise match. So it's exactly the same color, brightness, and all that. It's very sort of economical way of expanding your blue screen and or doing like tricky spaces like that. I mean, like pretty good actually, a big room that's blued out with no lights actually on to make it happen.
Hey, it's John Gaeta again. This is the anatomy of the Super Punch as seen in Revolutions. The Super Punch was one of the first pieces of concept art that Jeff Darrow drew for Larry and Andy. I believe that was one of the very first boards ever revealed to Joel and to Warner Brothers as the future on the horizon. And the funny thing about it is that it was a punch. It's a guy getting punched in the face. Steve Skrosh drew it, and within his drawings came a lot of understanding of the graphic nature of the rainstorms and the use of water as an explosive element. This particular motion capture is pretty awesome reference material just to see how the body contorts in a roundhouse. Almost all virtual shots were planned in advance through visualization so that we could figure out what could be photographed as a reference or an actual component ahead of time. So this is just basically a 3D planning guide. Even from the very first bullet time shot we did in Matrix, we'd try to photographically shoot the same shot as best we could, but almost in every single case, it wasn't temporally correct. In the early days of trying to figure out how we would shoot photographic elements for this, things that I checked out included some documentary footage of Fight Club, one of my favorite companies in the business, Booth, located in Paris, had approached the final shot where Ed Norton shoots himself in the face. And they had used some high-powered air jets they shot into his mouth. We tried that, and it worked very well in terms of a reference of how flexible Hugo's face was. Additionally, I looked at Norwegian bare-fisted fighting. It was very severe. It was a great reference of guys getting punched directly in the head for real, and we really needed to know what that was like. We decided to make a sculpture that demonstrated the three-dimensional outcome of the hit. So we took a facial cast from Hugo, and an artist deformed that sculpture to sort of capture the caricature-like nature of the drawing. We put it into the universal capture system, so it was actually cross-referenceable with Hugo's real head that would do the performance after that. And one of my favorite things about effects is this sort of stuff. It's like experimentation. You try to manage experimentation as controlled chaos. In visual effects, you're going to find a lot of really funny preliminary studies Usually, it's kind of a healthy exercise to exaggerate the idea of the effect and whittle it back to what you want. This is a rudimentary analysis of ripples. What you're looking at here is a study of rain. Like everything else, the rain had a list of specifications from some of the stuff you may have seen with the documentary of the actual photographic part of this fight. The chubby rain needed to effectively be, cascading lines so that when you looked at certain angles, you'd have this sort of graphic moire-like effect. When we worked out the interaction with the fist, we basically wanted it to be like a train smashing into giant glass rods. In examining documentary footage of guys being hit for real in the face, there is this thing that occurs right off, which is like an inch or so displacement of the skull in the direction of the punch, and that has a lot to do with the impact and the pain. So we had to figure out how much to displace his head and whether that displacement was going to also have some kind of overlapping effect with the ripples from the impact. So here's the final shot in all its glory. The characters are both virtual. The background is entirely virtual. The rain is all computer generated. The heads of Hugo and Keanu are based on the UCAP, but Hugo's head was augmented and mutated for the impact. I'd have to say we're really satisfied with it. We like the end better than the beginning, but the beginning is just a little pathway into your payoff.